You know, this was the weekend where people were going to have in-store shopping, some in-store dining, and now this is just the looting that is underway on the streets of Los Angeles and stretching in so many pockets of our city that, again, Beverly Hills has had to call for reinforcements from the Antelope Valley, from the sheriff's departments up there to come down and assist. Chief Villanueva of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department has had to ask for the National Guard to come in and help, because our resources are eventually going to be tapped out, ladies. There's only going to be so many hours that they can be on their feet and trying to manage the situation, because everywhere they turn, as we see right now in other cities, there's trouble in just about every block. It may not be large crowds of those protesters and demonstrators that we saw earlier today in Pan Pacific Park, but now it's this scattering, and it's hard to track.
Yeah, it certainly is. Robert, thank you. We're going to stay with you and go up to Gil. Gil, we're continuing to see people going in and looting this Adidas store. They haven't stopped. The whole time we were talking to Robert, we were looking at your live pictures, and they just continue to go into the store, some loading up cars.
Kathy, yeah, we're watching the behavior here. Cars pulling up and loading up. Here's a person, I don't know if that's the same driver or not, but going in the passenger side. He's looking around there on the driver's side, but we watched him run in, go into the store. We haven't seen the driver come out yet, but that passenger came out. Actually, maybe that was him, because he's driving off here. So you're seeing that behavior. Car after car just pulls up, people unload. I watched a gray sedan, a four-door sedan with three guys that loaded up the back seat, absolutely filled. In fact, the third guy barely could fit into the back seat, and that car drove off. So we're seeing it. It's a line of cars, a line of looters that are coming up into that Adidas store, and they keep filing in and out. They're going through the main door, but they're also going through the display window. Right there, you see it, and they just continue hitting that store on and on. Across the street here, there's a high-end glass eyeglasses shop that was being looted. We watched the TV set. I heard Kathy mention that, the TV set coming out of that window. Here comes another person with whatever loot that he found. But again, these two stores, at least on this part of the 8,000 block of Melrose, just being hammered with these looters.
Yeah, it was Colleen who had the good eyes on that TV set. All I saw was some large
What I
object
noticed was
out.
it wasn't boxed, which would indicate that somebody walked in there and took it off the wall and then walked out of.
Yeah, I was curious to see what else would come out of that store. We were watching that when you saw that. I was really amazed. But what we're really seeing being hit hard is this Adidas store, just like we saw that other sneaker store. And then we saw the watch store also being hit. But they're still pulling out boxes. And look, this guy loses his load. He has so many.
Yeah, and they just come scrambling out of there like cockroaches, and they run to their cars with the boxes. They load them up, and then the next car pulls up, and the same thing happens. Some of them run quite a distance away to awaiting cars. You see how many cars are circling the block here, and it's unclear, you know, how many of these cars are just you know, innocent people trying to get to their homes, and how many are actually belong to the looters. But there is a traffic jam basically here as these people continue to hit these businesses along Melrose, one after the other.
You know what is lost in